and she was there whining.
I know.
Whining away, talking about natural yogurt.
Yeah, I've had that one for natural yogurt. Okay, so hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Mihala Barasa. I'm hanging out with two exciting guests. They're going to introduce themselves.
Oh, Fatma side.
Wairima Maina. Cheers.
Okay, so in the previous vlog, we spoke about contraception. So now we are doing a quick sex talk-ish, quick fire. So we're going to begin with her. She's going to ask her question. Like then we go around and we can see how many questions we are going to raise and how many answers we have amongst ourselves. So start.
The random name.
Okay, question. Does sex equal penetration?
As I said, to me sex does not equal penetration. You can have oral sex. And there's a whole topic of oral sex and precautions to take. If you're having oral sex with someone who's new into your life and you don't know their STI status, you might need to use condoms. Because you can have oral sex today and catch oral pharyngeal gonorrhea or chlamydia. You could also get herpes. You could also get herpes.
Oh, herpes at least.
Yeah, herpes.
No, like there's herpes type 1, the one that you get the homa, and then there's herpes type 2, the one for down below. If it catches your lips, hey, you're going to have very big blisters. Like a blister can be this size on your lips. So even if you're not having penetrative sex,
Be cautious.
be condoms, man. Alrighty.
Do you know how many panic?
Let us see the story. But like you've never had you've never had oral sex and then get a sore throat.
Sorry, mom.
Sorry guys. Even then, mostly it's either chlamydia or maybe trichomoniasis. It's the common bacteria that you can find out there. So if you have oral sex and the next day you're like, what you want to say? Bro, go to the hospital.
I did not I can't believe I'm just learning this at my big age. I just used to think probably maybe I just drank something.
It's just Jana and now.
You were shouting
I mean, I was
yesterday.
shouting yesterday.
You are screaming.
I never.
Oh, you are choked hard.
I was choked hard. You never associate it with that. This is.
Where?
I never. Mnaskia, these are some of the things that we don't know. But even to me, I don't think sex equals penetration.
Yeah.
I feel like most of the time, even penetration is more pleasurable to men than it is to women. You'll enjoy it at some point. At some point you'll enjoy it, but it's not.
Maybe a few minutes.
But it's not as important as it is to men. For most women, it's the non-sexual things that lead to it, or the non-penetrative things that lead to it, or the non-penetrative things that they do to you. That's where I am at. But I would never have thought for non-penetrative sex you need protection. I'm not kidding.
My friend.
I would just be like, that is the sex
You see, the flavored condoms are ideally for that. Because then if you use flavored condoms for vaginal or penetrative sex, you can get candidiasis because of the flavors, the scents, and the few sugars. I think they have a particular taste.
yeah.
So if you introduce the sugars, the scents down there,
It can cause
yeast infections.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you learn something new every day again.
Oh, there's something also I learned from someone about the lube.
Yeah.
So this time I'm visiting a random gyna, and the lady, I think it was the clinician or something, she talked to me about the kind of lube that is best it's for best use. Let me just put it that way. So she tells me, go and get the Durex lube. I actually usually always have that lube in I think it's even in my bag. I walk around with it. So she told me, when you get this lube, it's really not just for sex.
Yeah.
You can use it because it has aloe vera. It's an aloe vera lube. It's not the small ones, the big one.
I know that comes in a...
Yes, the purplish one.
Yeah.
So she says you can use it for, like, ukisha wax. You can paka yourself. Yes, you can paka. And then you have that funny outer lip itch down there. You can always paka it, and then you can always use it as lube. She was like, this one, whenever you have any...
Is it scented?
It's not scented. Whenever you have any like an uncomfortable feel down there, and you're of course on meds and what, but you feel like the itch is not going away or the irritation that comes with the friction, just paka this lube.
I was like, even for friction.
Yes. She was like, just paka this lube. And I bought, and I like, it's always
It was working magic.
Oh, she's going to get it. Jeez.
So ladies, this is the lube that I'm talking about.
Hey, promo for Durex.
Durex should pay me. Okay, and it's not focusing, imagine.
On the product.
But I think...
Yes, there you go. Like this one, I bought it from the Naivas at Freedom Heights. You can get it in good place, you can get it at the pharmacy, you can get it at the supermarket. It's pretty accessible. And by the way, it's been written on massage in one. So you can even use it as massage oil. This thing has become a life hack for me right now.
So maybe, like, even what like would like to say about lubes. Some people use RNAs.
No.
People use like, continue saying no. People are using weird things as lube.
Coconut.
Even mate, please, you guys. Hey, what would be a mate? Cynthia? Even that one for 90 diamonds. Gee, fucking mate. It's time to stop using mate, guys.
That's another thing. Again, this is a form of self-care. Buy your own lube.
Buy your own lube.
Walk around with your own condoms if you're sexually active.
And
Take
take
care
care
of
of
yourself.
yourself. Yeah. So lubes, the best lubes should be water-based.
Not silicone based.
Silicone is okay, but
It's expensive.
it's very expensive. But if you have water-based lube, you'll not have problems. Like if you put water on your skin,
It's
fine.
dry.
it's dry.
Yeah, even this one dries.
It's dry. But if you put
Dries.
oil-based things, what happens? There's so much friction with oil. So you get
They
those,
gather dust.
you get sores, you get funny things. So water-based lubes. If you cannot afford the Durex, there's a kawaida KY gel.
Huh?
I don't know that one.
I don't know.
You guys don't know KY?
Meaning mzee.
I shared mine, like I should have.
As you said, I'm not in that space.
Like that's you yourself.
You're yourself, but maybe you need lube.
Buy this one.
But yeah, that's nice.
Okay.
Okay, does the use of lube mean like you're not aroused? Like you're not fully aroused? Does it mean so?
To use lube when you're not fully aroused.
Does this mean if you're using lube,
You're
I'm
not
not
fully-
like fully
fully
aroused?
aroused.
Oh, I don't think so because the body is on its own a whole
Yeah.
Phenomena.
For me, I think people you are aroused, but because of one thing or the other, maybe you're not getting as wet
Yeah.
as you want to get, and I just don't think it's the same. Like it's not what you.
It's not what people think.
So what
I also think it also depends on the kind of sexual partner that you have. You know, there are some sexual partners that the way I don't get, this is a ridiculous notion that men usually say at TCG she was too wet and mpaka she was too dry. So there are people who like you to be a lot more wet. So of course you need this. But if you have a partner who doesn't like you to be too wet, that's also something different. Like you can stay without using lube. But I think it's precautionary. It does not use of lube does not amount to I am not aroused.
Yeah. So for the record, even if you're using lube, we still
You
still want
know.
to, but
You would know if you're not aroused. You would know if you're not aroused.
yeah.
Oh yes.
It was fun, but
You would know. Like, why would you be fishing out lube if you're not aroused?
To help the other person.
But the lube is important because if you're dry, like if you're dry and you're having sex, there are chances of getting those lacerations.
So yeah.
Which increase your chance of getting infection.
By the way, that's also another thing she suggested. Like after sex, if you're feeling that pain, like that pain down there, and you feel like, there's a kauchungu and I'm peeing,
Kalu kidogo.
Imagine,
So,
like,
no, if you're getting dry
versatile.
during sex, normalize lube.
Normalize.
Yes,
Normalize.
normalize. Otherwise,
Yeah,
they increase risk
2021.
the infection.
2021 is for bold conversations.
Do you have any other question?
Yes. Do you pee after sex?
Or tell us about the myth of thing.
Do you pee?
May I pee? May I pee?
Do you pee after
Yes.
Okay, how many openings are down there? There are 3.
I thought there are 2.
There are 3.
One for peeing and one for sex.
Like when you say
And
like,
one for-
and the one for.
Both on the other one. No?
So we have 3. There is a urethra which is normally up here, then there's the vagina, and then there's the anal opening. So when you're having sex, there's so much movement in between all that system. So you're likely to have what do you call it? A germ go to your urethra. So when you pee, it cleans out the germs that have gone up the urethra. It's going to protect you from common urinary tract infection.
But not pregnancy. So
But not pregnant. Well,
Yes.
oh, that's what I was saying. People sometimes unashangaa tu.
jump.
Atirukaruka. If semen goes, it goes. If it goes, basi ikishaenda imeenda. Because ideally, when someone like comes inside you, it's at the cervix. So si cervix iko hapa.
Na imefunga.
Na
Imefunga.
imeshaenda.
Do you know one of my biggest discoveries was like your vagina, like the cervix opens up during sex.
That
It's just like, will it go?
Yes, it goes back after delivering 4.5 kilos of children.
Yeah.
You know, it was one of those. Guy, it expands. I didn't.
Even the vagina expands, like it expands and becomes longer when you're having sex. It's not the same as when you're just chilling or just chilling.
I'm just laughing at her. You're like,
She's like, oh, so who would have told? Whom would have told me your vagina will expand?
It becomes longer and a bit.
conversations that we should be having
Yeah.
in 2021.
So please, you pee after sex to prevent UTIs,
UTIs.
not pregnancy.
UTIs.
Sawa.
That's
Tumeelewana.
Tumeelewana. Yeah, that I think is a big misconception out here.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a right age for having sex? Like, is there like a cutoff to say, okay?
For purposes of this
Listen.
conversation, mommy, the right age for having sex is when you're married.
I'm gonna say that of course there's the
The
ideal
religious one, the
there's the
ideal one.
ideal when you're married, but ideal aside,
Because
because
nowadays
nowadays
15.
But I think I would say, and this is not to encourage minors to have sex. I would say the ideal age that I would think for having sex would be probably lowest age maybe 16. I feel like at that age, no, you're not mentally prepared for what comes with sex. But so I'll say for me, I think scientifically or biology wise, it would be 16 years of age. For an African home, when you go to campus and you're ready to experiment, at that time you're even in the mindset that I can now like have sex and I can enjoy sex and I can, because sex is meant ideally to be enjoyed, and this is where I come from. Like, it's not supposed to be that one for the one that 13-year-olds are doing. Mnaingia kwa miwa, because I come from Western. Mnaingia kwa miwa, pa 2 minutes you're out. It doesn't make sense. So I feel like biologically maybe 16, but your head is not ready to have sex. Socially, acceptably, when you have your own place out in campus and you can experiment and do all the things that you want to do with very little consequence. Religiously, you guys know when you're supposed to have sex, when you get married. Yeah.
all right. As a parent, never.
I think
It
like
just comes with so much, like
too much.
so much. It's heavy. Just having sex is heavy. It comes with a lot of responsibility. There's a lot of,
Emotional
attachment. There's so many that comes with it. So yeah, when you're ready to deal, maybe.
I also think like you, or I share in your thoughts. I mean, you should have sex when you're ready. When you're ready for the consequences. When you have the right precautions in place, with the right person, if there's something like the right person, Yeah, you could be that way when you're ready, and it's up to you.
And it's okay, yeah.
But biologically, like sexual debut, like the very first you have sex, first time you have sex, it would be like nice at least to be around 18 when your body is like fully developed. So in case you become pregnant, honestly, at 16, you're likely to have so much complications when you give birth. You're not mentally ready to be a parent, you know. So at least we want your body to be fully formed. You're psychologically on another level, you know, when you can handle another baby. Because a 16-year-old is like a baby and another baby. So I think from around 18 upwards.
Because you now understand
that's
the concept
my opinion. But if you're having sex and you have a concern, can DM me, takusaidia, and shall chat.
Yeah.
Any other question?
I think there's so much you're not told. What should you do in readiness for sex?
Read.
May
I say you read a lot. Like I keep even telling Akina, I keep telling Fatma and my friends that there's so much I did not know about sex when I was 18, 19, 20 that I have come to discover in my mid-20s. So the thing is, it's, you know, the way it's taboo for, like, no, you should never be caught watching porn or on an Instagram page that talks about sex. Read about it. Like, porn is probably not practical, but watch it. Like, see, you know, and it's always evolving. It's always evolving. Like, you need to read and internalize and look. Just make sure you have all the cards right. Like, you have all the information before you immerse yourself into it. Just read about it. Like, it's not a crime to read about it.
It's not.
Read, get info. And I think now in this age, there's a lot of information available. I mean, it's on the internet, it's on books, it's on Facebook groups and pages, YouTube. You can actually even get TikTok, USSD. That you can find numbers that you subscribe to, and you get free messages or free information. So just read. I mean, talk to people. I mean, anyone. We are in our capacities. Yes, each one of us is a critical mass. Like, we can't wait for this conversation to come out there if we don't try. Even for me today, this is like the boldest conversation we've ever had. So let's just try and engage. Let's talk, and we'll have a better future together.
If you have questions,
DM,
ask. You know, you can even do this again. You can send in your questions, then we talk about them randomly.
My other question is, and I know some young girls struggle with this. There are people who, you know, apart from that pain you're talking about for laceration when you have sex, there are people who constantly struggle with sex during with pain during penetration. Is that like a normal thing, or is it something that needs, I know it might be something that needs to be checked by a doctor, but is there a threshold for that pain from a medic's perspective that you think is normal, maybe?
Pain is not normal.
Okay.
Pain is like a sign there's something we need to look at.
Okay.
So if you're having pain, mostly you feel pain on the lower abdomen or the lower back. Mostly if your cervix is injured or is getting hurt, the cervix mostly does not have the nerve supply to the cervix is quite not significant. So when you have cervical pain, it's likely to go to your lower abdomen or to the back, what people call radiated pain. Whatever, your pain. And you feel, the point is here, but you feel it elsewhere. So you need to be seen by a gyna and they will clear you for sex. Maybe there are other things, maybe there are scars in there that they need to be addressed. Maybe there are lesions or growths that you don't know about inside there. Maybe you have warts up there and you don't know. So if you're feeling pain, it's a sign to tell you stop. Go and get
and what if you feel pain? This is a conversation I've had with my friends. Like, what if you feel pain only in certain sex positions? Like maybe missionary, you're okay, but now when you do, like, when you have to bend over, there's pain somewhere. Like, address that.
I'm not a sexologist, but I think maybe that guy is maybe hitting your cervix really hard,
hitting somewhere,
and maybe you're feeling no pain in the whole lower abdomen.
Yeah.
Maybe you should consider being gentle or using a different position.
Okay. Umesikia?
Gentleness.
Gentle,
But
man.
I feel like, anyway.
I know. TMI.
Anyway,
And I'm here and I am about to bury myself.
the question has been answered. Any other question
People cannot hear. It's not live.
No, still.
from you guys?
You should ask all of them. You
Ask,
must
let's ask.
Do I have any other question? No, not. Doctor, not for now. I can't think of any more questions. I'm flushed.
And when people tell us, like, yeah, I've heard guys saying that chick was smelling like fish. Have you ever heard of
Yes.
that?
Oh yeah. By the way, talking of the smell, this is another myth I had, that you can wash down there with yogurt.
I know douching, my friend.
I know, no, but I need to hear it from a medical professional. You know, because you've read or you've been told. Let us hear from the horse's mouth. Talk to us about that. Like what you should use to
like
wash
hygiene?
down there. Hygiene.
First of all, you have to understand your anatomy. There's what we see outside. What you see outside is called the vulva. Vulva. And then there's a vagina. The vagina is inside, also known as the birth canal. People have always been told, never wash your vagina. The vagina is inside. So, we are going to talk about washing your vulva. Your vagina should never see anything that is not medical equipment or his equipment, or maybe your sex toys which are clean. Yeah, so how do you wash your vulva? I think that's where the confusion comes around.
Yes.
People always call your everything your vagina. Like, people think the vulva is the vagina. For me, I want you guys to get me very clearly, and I know this is going to raise so much eyebrows. When you're washing your vulva, it's skin like any other, and there are folds. See, there are folds.
Yes.
May I believe all folds on the skin should be washed the same way. Only that, when you're washing your vulva, you should use a mild soap. And ideally, you should have like 3 washcloths if you're a woman, one for your face, one for your vulva, and one for the other body. Sawa? That's like the one up there. Washcloths are like 20 bob, so just get like a white one that washes your vulva. And you can use a kipande soap, a small one that is no sense, it's not harsh, very gentle. And don't wash anything you can see. If you put a mirror like this and you can see it, it does not need cleaning. But if you just use all those folds, clean them nicely and rinse well. So you scrub tena like you're removing scales. No? Just wash nicely, be gentle, and make sure you rinse well. Washing the vulva, not the vagina, please. That's why I'm looking at the camera.
Unasikia? Vagina unaachana nayo, vulva unaosha.
So don't put things. Don't put, I don't know, yogurt there. No. Drink your yogurt. The probiotics, the lactobacilli, if it's needed down there, it's going to go.
Unasikia? Are you listening? Class is in session. Even me, I'm learning. Like, you know these things we read on the internet, we're like, you get your vanilla.
Vinegar, lemon.
Let me tell you.
You scoop and clean.
In my younger days, before I became informed, I think I've even used toothpaste.
Really?
Yeah, like really.
Me, vinegar I've used before.
Inside?
No, not inside.
What does it do?
It itches.
It's acidic.
It's acid.
It itches. No, not inside. Just like washing the vulva.
When you wash the vulva, how does it help?
I don't know. I was just told by a friend of mine. Yeah.
What was this? What's problem?
I see the thing is, let me tell you, I went to a bridal shower, and that is what that singers talked about.
Yeah,
so you see, there are channel, there are singers and other
they're very
community leaders or perceived leaders in their own capacity. Should be entry points for this information. They should actually be our first.
They should be taken to school.
Because like I went to that bridal shower and she was there whining.
I know. Whining
talking about natural yogurt.
I've had the wrong natural yogurt. Plain yogurt.
And after that, my friend, you go and try.
And then you
start itching because of course they have chemicals, they have stuff. But of course at that point, antenna on the prize.
Eye on the prize.
Eye on the prize. So, like when you introduce things into your vagina, they're going to alter with the pH. Vaginas are very acidic, by the way. They're going to burn your white panties.
Yeah.
They're acid. So, if you introduce things that are base, you escalate the whole.
You
ruin the environment. Yeah? So then you start getting. If you all know, there are good bacteria, there are good germs and bad germs. So inside the vagina, for protection from infections, there's the good vagina, the good bacteria, what you call good bacteria. And then there's also what is coming from the environment, maybe during sex or anything, there's the bad ones. So what happens when you introduce things, let me call them things,
foreign matter.
They come, they interfere with the whole environment. So the good bacteria dies. Then the bad bacteria starts thriving. That's when you start smelling funny. Your discharge goes from whatever normal color to greenish, yellowish, and funny smells. And that's when you find people being told, oh, she was smelling like fish. That is called bacterial vaginosis.
Fish.
Yeah, the fishy smell. The fishy smell, yeah, is bacterial vaginosis. It's not even an STI. And they are calling your name. It's just overgrowth of. Wanasema uko nje. Hi, that chick.
Ni kama organ. You know that those are the things that
you shower every day, but since you introduce things,
you excessively shower unnecessarily.
You even shower, you know, and it's something people don't tell you. So if you have the bacterial vaginosis, nipigie simu, call your guy, just call your nurse, call someone. They are going to help you.
Yeah.
It's very common, so don't feel ashamed. Even if you smelled and you talked about it, it's still the same. Like you didn't.
Yeah.
Because you will still continue smelling.
And people still talk about it. People who are not you.
And I also feel like as a woman, because of your anatomy and your body and your diet, you cannot have a constant smell.
Yeah.
By the way,
even the
hormones, there are times you are very hormonal, you are not,
you're on your period, you're a whole different smell.
You're eating this, you're eating that.
Yeah, so on that note, are there things that you eat that affects the taste?
Yes, like garlic. Coffee lovers. If you take a lot of coffee, you're likely to have a different taste and maybe smell. Just like in your sweat.
Yeah, so it's just like...
It's like whatever you eat.
Okay, so that's about the time we had for the quick fire questions. I hope you enjoyed this. It's Mihala Barasa and
Fatma Said
and Wairima Maina. If you have more questions, don't feel shy. Ask us in our DMs, and you can always talk to
self. Mihala, she knows me as Tina, to Mihala, to be able to answer those for you, or I'll shoot them to her. So I'm going to put both of their details hapa chini. She's a nutritionist, she's a nurse. Huyu hata wasaidia sana na hiyo part ya fitness, but she knows a lot about reproductive health by virtue of the organization that she works for and what?
So in fitness, I know a lot.
Yeah, she knows theory, theory of fitness, and I know. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. Please remember to drop us a comment in the comment section down below if this is the kind of content you'd like to see hapa chini.
And share.
Yes, share this video and then subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Turn on notifications
so that you see new videos whenever I put them up. Until we see you next time. Bye.